Hi, my name is Julie Walker, and my counterpart below here, her name is
Megan Orchowski.
It's nice to see everybody. We wanted to do an introductory video here so you'd get a chance to see us talking a little bit together at the same time, since most of you only know one of us, since we're all kind of getting to know one another at different institutions here. So, like I said, my name is Julie Walker, for those of you who don't know me. I teach for LSU Shreveport down in Louisiana, and right now I am at Southwest Minnesota State University in Marshall, Minnesota, because I like to live in lots of different places all at the same time, apparently. So that's kind of where my affiliations are. I have been teaching public speaking and basic communication courses for the better part of 10 years right now. Megan and I met in grad school when she went to school with my partner, and she's pretty much one of my favorite people on the whole planet. So that's pretty cool that we get to work together a little bit. Professionally, I've done public speaking, and I've done lectures and seminars. I've done a lot of work with training and technology before, and my primary scholarship deals both with pedagogy and with identity scholarship, which is a lot of fun. If you ever want to know about marital surname choices and what people are doing and what they've done for the last 20 years or so, let me talk with you, because let's have coffee. That'll be fun. Even like digital coffee.
Amazing thesis about that topic.
So I'll throw it down to Megan then, Brady Bunch style.
Okay, so my name's Megan Orchowski, and I'm currently teaching at Valley City State University in Valley City, North Dakota. I actually live in Moorhead, which is about an hour away, so I commute. And then I teach online as well. So before this, I taught at Concordia for 5 years, which is in Moorhead. And not only did I teach there, but I coached the nationally ranked speech team there. And Julie and I both did speech in college, and I think we knew each other before we met in grad school, didn't we?
I think so,
and, yeah. And then I did my grad work at Mankato before I taught at Concordia. So I've also been teaching, coaching, researching, writing for about 7 to 8 years now. My focus is I'm very passionate about public speaking. Very passionate about public speaking. I was reminded again today when I taught my first class for the semester how much I love it. And then my areas focus mostly in gender and performance. And so I actually have a theater degree, so I'm a performance person by background. But I've always kind of stayed in the comm world, partially because of speech and partially because I just love it. I can't quite just commit to theater. I want the comm theory as well. And but then lately really into gender, culture, and how gender, culture, performance, that kind of stuff all weaves together. Race, class, all that stuff. And I think that's it. This is my second time teaching online, so Julie has more experience there, so I'm happy to be teaming up with her. I have to get my thumbs up higher there. And but I'm really excited. I'm excited that we're going to team up, and I'm excited. I feel like I'm going to learn a lot teaching this course too, which I'm sort of an everlasting student, so I'm really happy about that. So Julie's going to tell us how she thought of this.
So I put out a call earlier this year when I found out that I was going to get to teach Intro to PR. I've always wanted to teach a PR class. My background, my undergraduate degree was in business management until I realized that I could not stand being a manager. Just something about selling pizzas and gross profit just did not resonate with my whole life plan. Shock me. I know, looking at me, you would never guess that I would be a manager. So that's my background is in business management, major marketing, sales, things like that. So I was going in to teach this class, and I was asking people for different syllabi because I figured I've never taught it before. I'd like to know how other people have done it. I'm going to steal really great assignments that are tried and true. I'm going to take some scheduling advice from other people. What do people do first, and what do they save till later, stuff like that. And it occurred to me, because Megan responded back and said, I'm teaching this class too. That's going to be awesome. Let's, maybe we can share some resources. I said, perfect. That would be great. And it occurred to me we had a really cool opportunity here. I was talking with another friend of mine who goes by the nickname Chili, and she was talking to me about how she does international business conferences. She works with a team of people that are local for her, but she also works with a team of people who do services through Japan. Totally different time zones. There's times when she has to go to meetings at 10 p.m. at night because that's when they're doing business in Japan. And so she's in a work group with these people. Their jobs depend on one another, but they never get to meet. They always have to work online. And I thought, Megan, we have a really cool opportunity here to simulate that experience for our students. So what we want to do is give you that opportunity to work in groups with people you will never have a chance to meet. Because more and more with globalization and the internet and any other number of scholarly buzzwords, we are working in a world where you're going to be having to work with people you'll never meet. And you'll have to be conferencing with people and communicating with them effectively using the internet and computer-mediated communication. So we want to have you have lots of opportunities for that in this class, especially with an introduction to PR class where you need to be able to use social media effectively, you need to be able to communicate effectively using multiple communication channels. This is a really exciting opportunity for you. It's going to be stressful as hell, but I'd rather have it be stressful as hell for you now when it's safe in this college classroom environment rather than when you're getting paid and you could lose your job. Because if something goes stupid here, Megan and I would be like, oh, that sucks. All right, well, we'll do better later, and, we'll figure this out, as opposed to, like, your boss saying, why are you dumb, and then blaming you. I don't want that to happen to you. So let's get all the kinks worked out now and give you some experiences that you can use outside the classroom. Just a thing for me, you're not going to ever hear me say real world, or if you do, I'm going to correct myself, because if you think a classroom is not the real world, you're mistaken. I'm not an imaginary person as your teacher. That's just a pet peeve of mine.
No, I'm real.
Poke. Oh, no, she's there. Okay. So that's kind of what prompted us to try and come up with these intercollegiate projects, and I'm going to talk a little bit about the projects that we're going to do.
So you'll notice on your syllabi that there's plenty of projects and that there's plenty of stuff that Julie and I are doing that are similar, but we're just doing with our classes ourselves. So the two main projects that are going to cross over or that are going to be connecting you across the colleges are the brand project and the group campaign project. So the brand project is 3 projects in one, okay? And I'm a really visual person, so I'm going to try and use my body to help explain the brand project, which already I'm struggling to enunciate. So the first part of the brand project is that everyone's going to create a brand. And I highly recommend you create a brand based on something you want anyway. And we'll have lots of explanations of what that means and what that entails and the information we want. And if you already have something, a company, a thing you do, Julie will have an example of that on the assignment description. I have a friend who has a sewing business, right? So if you already have a brand that you're working on, you can actually use that. So everybody's going to create something. And that's part 1 of the assignment. Then the next part is someone else, and you can't communicate with them face-to-face. You can only communicate with them via phone, internet, social media, that kind of thing. Someone else is going to use strategic plan to develop public relations for your brand. And again, we'll have very clear descriptions on what we expect for that. And it's kind of early in the semester, so it's kind of giving you a chance to play. Julie, I love listening to her talk about this. She talks about how you get to kind of explore, and if it doesn't work out, great, it's a safe space to try things out, right? And so you're going to actually develop things in public relation strategies for that brand. And then the third step is you're going to audit 2 other brands. So then you're going to look at what people have developed in step 2, and you're going to analyze it, critique it. And so what this does is it gives you all the way from the beginning to the end of the process, different ways to see, create. I mean, the class is about this part, right? And we understand that. But if you don't have an idea about this part and this part, then it's going to be more difficult to do this part. So we're trying to give you a multitude of perspectives it for public relations and those plans and strategies. So that's the first big project. The second big project, which happens later in the semester, is you're actually going to work together as a group with a real company, nonprofit person, musician, business person, to work with them to create public relations strategies and materials. Both Julie and I are really passionate about giving back to the community and experience in a tangible manner outside the classroom, but connected to the classroom. This is where most people would say real world, but I'm not going to either. And so it's going to be kind of a big, interesting project, and it's going to have a lot of freedom, right? And we haven't worked out all the details to it yet, but I'm guessing even you'll be able to be in groups that allow you to do something you're interested in. So we're both really, really excited about that. And again, that project will, will all take place in this type of communication. And then, so those are the two projects that we're both really excited about. And then finally, the other thing that we're collaborating on, which we're both really pumped about, is this is neither one of our area of specialty. I mean, when you heard us talk about our area of specialty, you didn't hear us say PR. And Julie has a background, and I have even less of a background. I'm totally qualified to teach the course. It's just not my main jam. And so you're going to hear us talk. You're going to hear us lecture. You're going to hear us tell stories. You're going to hear us explain the material. It's a class. We're the teachers. You're going to hear us do that. But along with that, we've got lots of friends, and I got lots of contacts. We're awesome people who need a lot of friends. And I have lots of friends who do PR. They teach it. They do it. They used to do it. They love it. They study it. And so we're going to get you people talking about what they do and certain topics that are in the field, basically like a guest lecture series that you don't have to pay for and you don't even really have to get out of your pajamas for, which is awesome. So that's what we're planning for the semester, and I think the people that we're connecting with to kind of talk about topics, I'm just super excited about. And so that's going to connect really nicely to the material. We're also both using different books, and so at times while we're tracking the semester together, which makes it easier for your projects, we're sharing materials, and so you're kind of getting a 2-for-1. And we're hoping, like Captain Planet, our powers combined, awesome resources, be our course. So that's the and both of us finally are incredibly student centered. So if you have anything that you want to see, or if you have any questions, have feedback. I mean, both of us study pedagogy. We were actually just on a panel together this November about critical pedagogy and student involvement and students helping create the course. So we're really open. We'd love to hear from you.
So I think that's all I've got, at least. I mean, I don't know if you had anything else you wanted to talk about, Megan, but... No? I would just say if you have any questions for either of us, feel free to ask, and the other one can always open communicate. And then we also have a shared Facebook group. So as soon as everybody gets on that, feel free to post statuses, because both of us have access to that, and all the students from all the class. That's our main way right now that we all communicate together, and we'll obviously have more routes as the semester continues. Yeah. All right. Well, thanks so much, everybody. I appreciate you watching this video. And I'm sure that we'll get a few more of these throughout the semester as we're doing these projects. You can kind of hear about both of us and respond to questions that we've had and kind of clarify things. So thanks so much. Have a beautiful day.